Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Beyond Dentistry. I am Dr. Akanksha Gupta here with another new important topic, Kennedy's classification. Many classification is given in our textbook regarding the partial edentulous arches, but definitely one of the most important classification among them, Kennedy's classification. Also, this is the most common question which asked throughout the year. I'm a just student like you, so hope you like my video. So let's get started. So it was given by Edwards Kennedy's in 1923 based on the relationship of edentulous space to the abutment teeth. So if you don't know, abutment teeth is any teeth which you use for supporting your denture. So what Kennedy's did, he divided all partial edentulous arch into a four main types. So we have class 1, which states that bilateral edentulous area located posterior to the remaining natural teeth. So there are remaining natural teeth that we have edentulous area posterior to it, that is this area. Okay, this area is edentulous. These highlighting areas are considered as edentulous areas. So now we have class 2. What class 2 state? Unilateral edentulous area located posterior to the remaining natural teeth. What happens? Only one side is considered as edentulous area. Now we have class 3, which states a unilateral edentulous area with natural teeth both anterior and posterior to it. So here we have edentulous area. This is edentulous area, and we have teeth anterior and posterior. Okay. Now class 4, what states that single edentulous area anterior to the remaining natural teeth crossing the midline. Okay, so here you can see you don't have any remaining natural teeth anteriorly. There are no remaining anteriorly teeth. Okay, now Applegate's rules. So Applegate was a person who gave some rules for Kennedy's classification just to make things more simpler, more significant when you apply it in a clinical dentistry. Okay, so he gave 8 rules. Rule number 1: classification should follow rather than preceding any extraction of teeth that might alter the original classification. He said, if you have extract any teeth, do it before you classified things. For example, patient came to you with this kind of arch. So you will find only one single edentulous space here. So you will give it to Kennedy's class 3 because it has a teeth anterior and posterior to it. But after the classification you made, the treatment plan you did, everything, then you realize that there are two teeth. These two teeth have to be removed. Then what will happen next? This classification involves this classification class 3. It will become class 2 because now this single unilateral edentulous area. So this will impact your treatment plan because you made your treatment plan based on this classification, that is class 3 classification. Class 3. Now what you got class 2. So everything is changed. That's why rule number 1 is very important. Now rule 2. If second or third molar is missing and not to be replaced, it is not considered in the classification. For example, you can see here third molar is missing, replaced, so just leave it. Okay, so consider this gap here. So according to Kennedy's rule, it will be class 3. Okay, so you got not replaced it, not considered it. Okay, so other area will be considered. Now rule 3. If a third molar is present and it's to be used as an abutment, it is considered in the classification. So here you see third molar is present. Here you see third molar is present and you have to use it as an abutment. So you consider it in classification. Okay, now you find out that it is a class 3 and we have another one space here, that is modification 1. But if you do not consider it, it will become a single unilateral edentulous, so it will become class 2. Okay, now next class 4. if the second molar is missing and not to be replaced, it is not considered in the classification. So here you can see second molar is missing and not to be replaced, so you don't consider this, consider all other areas. Okay, that is class 4, which if the second molar is missing and not to be replaced, it is not considered in the classification. Okay, now class 5, the most posterior edentulous area or areas always determines the classification. Like, so area which is most posterior, that is these area most posterior, here you can see there is two area are will determines the classification. All are the area classified determines the classification. For example, here you can see this is not determine the classification. In fact, this is modification space. So this is a unilateral edentulous area, class 1, and we have single space here, that is class 1. Okay, which state we are class 1, and this is modification 1, so class 1 modification 1. Okay, now rule number 6, edentulous area other than those determines the classifications are referred to the modification space. Here you can see same thing I told you in class 5, sorry. So this determine the classification. Here is the modification space. This is modification space. So if one space is missing, you say modification 1. If this tooth, modification 1. Okay. If this tooth also missing, then we will have this. Okay, modification 2. Okay, now if we remove the another tooth, then this will say modification 3. That is, if this is modification 1, if one tooth are missing, that is modification 2, and that is modification 3. Okay, now class 7, extent of modification is not considered only the number of additional edentulous area. So this is a class 3. This is a modification 1. So he's saying that extent of modification means how many number of teeth are absent, does not matter. Like if we remove this tooth, like this tooth, then it become extended. Then this states that number of teeth were missing does not affect this. Only the space, whole space will, now this whole space called as modification 1. Okay, now we have rule number 8. There can be no modification area in class 4 arches. Why? Because obviously class 4 is the most anterior area, right? This is most anterior area. So any area in edentulous will posterior to it. Any edentulous area just posterior to it. For example, if there two tooth are absent, like these two tooth are absent, definitely this will the posterior to the area. Okay, posterior to this area. So according to rule 5, this is the most posterior area will determines the classification. So it will no longer be classification 4. So classification is changing, so that why class 4 arch. So no modification area in that area. So here we end our Applegate rules. So thank you for watching this video, my video. Please like, share and subscribe.